What's going on, everybody? Nash Harrington with Crave Online's National Roadshow. I'm here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway hanging out with Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s crew chief, Steve Letarte. Steve, the race is in just a couple hours. Can you give us a little bit of insight of what your team is doing now to prepare for the race?
Well, you know, it seems odd, but man, the preparation's almost all done. You know, we've worked for weeks and months building these cars, coming out to Vegas. We had a test out here earlier the week. So everything's kind of all done. We're trying to put it all together, make sure every, I's dotted, T's crossed. But we're there. The pit crew's getting stretched out. The guys that go over the wall and change the tires. The engineers are making sure they have all their calculations. And basically the only thing left now is to go race.
The pit box itself is kind of like our mission control. We have internet, we have timing and scoring, so we know where every car is on the track, how fast we're running, how many laps are left. Here on the ground, we got all of our tires that we're going to use for the race, and we have to prep them, glue lug nuts on them so we can throw them on. You don't have to spin the lug nuts or anything individually. The crew chief and engineers sit up there, they kind of call the race and decide when we're pitting, when we need to fill up, and stuff like that.
In other sports, like a quarterback and a coach, it's kind of the quarterback's team and the coach kind of manages it. In racing, it's really the crew chief's team. We hire all the guys, we travel with them, we spend a lot of time with them, and the driver has to come in and race the car within that team. So my relationship with Dale is huge. We have to be able to communicate very well because it can be tough out there, and communication is very difficult. There are no TV timeouts, there is no halftime. So you have to be able to communicate through the heat of battle for 3 or 4 hours.
And I had the opportunity to do a ride along in one of the cars last night, which was very, very fun.
One of the coolest experiences I've ever had, by far.
Now I realize that drivers can't see anything that's going on other than this little window that's right in front of them. How do you guys communicate throughout the race so that he's aware of what's going on?
Well, there's really 2 ways. So first, communication's obvious. He needs to see a little bit more around him, the cars around him, and we have a spotter on the roof. And that guy's job is basically to let him know about traffic, where other cars are. The second line of communication, my job, is to let him see how the race is playing out. Are our lap times good? Are they not good? Are we competitive? Do we need to get better? Because as you saw, there's not a lot of vision in there, and with the noise and the G-forces, and if you can imagine being in there for 4 hours, it'd be a little distracting over time.
What goes into your job during the race?
Basically, while they're changing tires on the car, it's my job to make sure we fill the car all the way back up with 18 gallons. I got to do it in 12 seconds or less usually. That's pretty much all that falls on my shoulders, make sure we don't run out of gas during the race.
Now, my car is a Honda Civic, and it only is a 10-gallon tank, and it takes me probably like 5 minutes to fill up 10 gallons. How do you guys do it so quickly, 18 gallons in 12 seconds?
Well, we have 12-gallon cans, and they're built in a way where I carry it on my shoulder, so gravity kind of does its work. And we have fuel couplers that help it suck the gas into the car, so it just basically sucks it out of the can in about 6 seconds.
What kind of safety procedures are in place just in case, what if Dale takes off before it's done?
Be a NASCAR, have to wear full face helmet, fire retardant underwear, and fire suits obviously. But I've actually had the can pulled away from me and hit the ground, and it hasn't blown up, thank goodness. But it does happen. We have fire extinguishers. Stop, drop, and roll, I guess.
Yeah.
But 13 years I haven't had it yet, so I hope not to experience that.
That's good. On an average race day, how many cans or gallons of gas do you guys usually go through?
Well, they give us 4 to work with. We have to go refill them at the pumps every time, but I'd say over the course of a race, probably go through 120 gallons or so.
Oh, that's a lot of gas.
It is.
You've been his crew chief for a couple years now. What's one of your favorite memories from one of the races with Dale so far?
It's a heartbreaking memory, but we went to the 600 early in our careers at Charlotte, and we were only together. That was probably race 10, roughly. It's the longest race of the year, and in my opinion, that's the race that communication has to be the best. It's a long race. It starts in the day. It goes to night. And we took a car that was average at the beginning. We worked it to be very good at the end, and we ran out of gas in the last straightaway and had an opportunity to win that race. And that's one that I think proved to all of us we can go win. We can go and compete with the best in the business, the best in this garage area, and I think that weekend kind of propelled us for the next couple of years. So that was always good to remember.